ask it.
And remember, it's anonymous unless you want to say that this is, it's you. Do you think everyone should date within their tax bracket?
Oh,
That's a unique one.
that's a real question.
That's my question.
Okay. In an ideal world, yes. But to be honest, men with money, or so to speak, men of different status, don't care if the girl has money or not. So I would just say, technically speaking, I agree with you, but does it always happen that way? No. But,
Okay, so whenever I give advice to either gender, I people get mad at me for this because I always give advice to women to give them the advantage, and I always give men advice to give them the advantage because dating is adversarial, right? It's always one person has to have the leverage. For women, I say absolutely, you need a date within your tax bracket, if not preferably significantly above. And then for men, you want to date girls that are below your tax bracket.
Why you say below?
For men?
Yes.
Because when women feel that they're equal to you, that's when the disrespect begins. That's typically when it starts to begin. I mean, her story, I don't want to use her as an example.
I would say that's facts.
yeah.
Okay. Can you want to take us through your situation? What made you kind of...
Well, he just kind of started disrespecting me because he had to work and go, do manual labor, which is really not my problem, but I supported it. And then, if you're going to come at me for no reason when I'm supporting you and, emotionally, I'm, cleaning the house, I'm, making the house, ready for you every time you come home from work, while I'm still making more bread than you, I'm going to get disrespectful with you.
Be honest, though. That D game was fire.
Because I taught him.
You weren't saying that earlier, but hold on.
No, he said that he was good in a lot of ways because he did a lot for
Well,
me.
also keep
make
in
me
mind,
food.
she met him
Yeah.
when she didn't have money.
Yeah.
And then she rose
to
up.
be fair, when you start making money way more than him, I'm sure he felt the type of way about it. So
No, I shared it with him.
Yeah.
But
Can I
as a
share?
man, I'm sure he did.
because he knows what he's supposed to do as a
Because
man.
exactly.
Yeah.
But to me, I didn't care being that role.
Can I also share a controversy, almost an opposite opinion?
Yeah, sure. Before you do,
Oh, yeah,
does that
sure.
answer your? I don't know if you
Yeah,
asked
I
this
like how
question.
you
but
kind of did it. You got the female
yes.
and then the male. But I also I feel like, two people, say for instance, you meet somebody in college and you guys are building together. How do you
Sure.
feel about building in this day and age? Do you feel like people shouldn't build, or you should come built?
Controversial take. I've always said it. I don't think women build. I think they move in. And I think
Bars.
and I know
That's
people
crazy.
might say that's misogynistic or that's fucked up or whatever, but the reason why I say that is because as a man, when you make more money and become successful, your girl benefits. As a woman, when you make more money and become successful, you start to look like I can do better. Men and women aren't really the same when they get leverage in their relationship from a financial standpoint. So for women, I tell them, get a man that you could look up to and admire that makes significantly more money than you and has more status than you and is better than you. I'd like her, for her example, I'm not going to knock you for being with a guy that when you were supporting him and leaving him.
Well, I wasn't
you
really
fucked up.
supporting him. I pushed him to open his own company and start his own business. And
But he didn't want to do it.
No, he was lazy.
Yeah, so at that point, you got full right to leave, right? But that's why I'm so big on telling girls you want to date a guy that's significantly better than you. Now, let's say you guys are both in law school together and you both end up being lawyers, whatever it may be. There, I could kind of see it. You know what I
Okay.
mean? But I'm just, the reality is, are most people going to meet each other in med school or in law school? Probably not. Right, but for women, I always say date within your tax bracket, if not preferably higher. For men, date below your tax bracket.
You know
So-
what we should do? Date by credit score.
Okay.
If it's below
I
a
don't
certain
think-
amount,
I
nigga,
don't-
you're
I don't
excelled.
agree.
But you said you had something that you wanted to say. Sure.
Yeah,
go ahead.
so for me, it's always been the opposite. And Marion, please check your notes. I could be wrong. Is there anyone else here who has a master's? So for me, I have two. It was always a cultural force, I almost feel, as an African woman, to always strive to be a certain tax bracket.
Okay.
You are encouraged to save your body, not waste it, and make sure you take care of yourself. So for me, I've always dated for love because I always dated taking care of myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My hardest setback, even sitting amongst this table, I love black men, but most black men, the average black man is not going to be making over 40K a year.
Yeah.
And I'm not dating for financial, because I mean the gap, even my fiance even said the gap between us was so wide that even had he gone back to school to get his master's, the way he'd have to pay it back in this economy while trying to build his career, he still would be farther back. And I understood where he was coming from, because he's right.
Yeah.
I have privilege that allowed for me to do what I had to do. So I used my privilege to help him get a career. I literally asked my dad, what can I do to help my fiance become a CBP officer?
Okay.
And I'm so proud of him because although when I met him 2.5 years ago, he didn't see it possible. He leaves to be a CBP officer next month. And we broke up, but I'm still a part of his life because I love him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my guy. I wanted to see him win. So, I mean,
Why'd you break up with him, though?
He cheated. And we also had a lot. We grew apart towards the end. I don't fault him for cheating because I understand why he did. I was very busy and I neglected him. I don't think I was there for him to nurture him as a woman as I was supposed to be.
Wait, he didn't smash?
What?
He didn't smash?
No, she just wasn't around often.
I was always focused on working. If it wasn't modeling, if it wasn't something, if it wasn't CDC, I wasn't present for him. And I understand that by me neglecting him as his woman, it's gonna deter him. He's gonna look for a cheeseburger even though there's food at home. And I have to understand that it's my responsibility to also take care of the home and make sure he's good. Because at the end of the day, it's tough when you're a woman who's making as much as a provider
So
male.
then why'd you leave?
Because I also knew that internally.
You never measure up. CBP
Yeah,
officers top out at around 120, 30K per year.
I knew that internally he felt that he was subpar and there was nothing else I could have done to make him feel like. I tried to tell him I love him. I always supported him. I helped him with his application, you know?
Yeah.
But I also have to understand that there's nothing I can do to make him feel like a man if I'm where I am.
Well,
But I mean, we're
the
still
other
great
thing,
friends,
too,
you
is-
know, I love him.
Well, that's the other thing, too, is that, like, you kind of took a leadership role on with him, and I think that's a big mistake. Anytime
Yeah.
a woman takes a leadership role with her man, you know, the respect starts to wane a little bit, and what I've realized with women is they can only really, really love you if they respect you first.
Well,
And
yeah,
if,
I
if you don't
respected
respect
him.
them, yeah, you respect him as a human being and as a potential partner, but not like as, that's my man.
Well,
It's
I know I
different.
stood beside him. I think the thing is that he didn't feel like I said. I don't know what it's like to feel as a man. I don't know the jokes that his friends made about him feeling inferior because of my salary. I don't know what it was like for him in private. So I tried my best in my own opinion, but I still recognize that it may not have been enough. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'll tell you this, if he was a multimillionaire and he cheated on you, you would have thought twice about leaving him.
If he was a multimillionaire and he cheated on me, I would also wonder why I was not a multimillionaire. Because also too, him and I were so in tune.
The
he
point
had
I'm
what I
making
didn't
is
have.
that, like, if he made more money, you would have thought twice about leaving him.
If
is all
he
I'm
made
saying.
more money, I don't think he'd be the man he was. Because the thing about him is that he had what money didn't buy. He's authentic. He's a home builder. He's a man. You know what I mean? Like,
And you
if-
still left.
No, I mean, this is the thing. We mutually agreed. Like, even our parents were like, it's not best for you guys. So, but although we're not together, like, romantically, he's still a part of my life. Like, I'm not dating anyone else. I don't have a need to be with anyone else.
Okay.
Because I genuinely loved him. So I'm like, all right, well, if we break up because of this amicable difference, at least let us be a part of one another's lives at the end. That's all I ask.
Okay.
I still think the tax bracket matters.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you. I don't know what it's like to be a man. And I think that did also, like, I do understand the difference. We come from two different cultures. He's American. I come from like a hard, disciplined African dad. I didn't have a choice. You know what I mean?
Okay, we got you.
Yeah.
This question is crazy. Do you let women eat your ass? What the fuck?
What? Was that you, Kevin?
Not that's not
What?
me this time.
You what? Who was that? What do you mean this time? Who did that? That was you, wasn't it? What do you
I
mean
never
this time?
wrote a question
Okay.
down.
The answer is no. I don't like anything that has to do with butts.
Why?
I don't even like doing anal on a girl, to be honest with you. I don't even like that.
Do you like butts?
You
Like, do you like
Yeah,
titties
but like
or
I don't like
ass?
doing
Are
anything
you
with
a
like
titties
You
guy?
like seeing it.
penetrating them.
Titties
Yeah.
or ass? Like which one?
I like it to be
portion?
proportional.
Equally
Petite.
yoked.
So like, if her ass is like too big and it's like a BBL and it looks weird, then that's not good. But if she has like tits and they're like small, but they like proportion to her, then it makes sense. So I'm more about like proportions than. But yeah, of course I like ass more. What about you, Fresh?
I mean,
Yeah,
I like
do you
when
like
someone
your
pays for
ass?
the BBL. I get
Yeah.
it for free.
Fair enough.
But nah, no butt stuff.
Yeah, no butt stuff, man.
So y'all don't
No,
y'all don't
W
eat
butts.
ass.
Nigga, no. What the fuck?
I never have, and I don't even eat box.
What?
Wait, hold on, Myron. What do you do when she's like, so can you eat it?
I say no.
How dare you?
I tell her straight up no.
No more head.
Do you ask for head?
Yeah.
No, I don't really
okay.
ask for BJ's, but
Okay.
but even if I did, like I would never eat. Okay. So the reason why I don't eat box is because it's a very submissive thing,
Ooh.
and I don't submit to women at all, ever, because I genuinely believe as a man it's my job to be superior in every single way, And by eating box, what are you doing? You're showing inferiority, even if it's for a split second. So that's why I don't do
Does
it.
that turn y'all off?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know what you think. Tell us what you think. Do you
I
eat
don't.
the cat?
I don't think. I don't think a woman's pleasure during sex really matters like that.
Ooh,
That's
wow.
So you've never eaten box at least
guessing
once,
you
and
single.
then made that decision, or it was just off
I did
the
it
rip?
once in 2013, and I'll never do it again.
2013, bro?
Was it a bad
It's
experience?
actually May of
Why is it so
2013.
specific?
I remember.
Nigga knows the year, though?
So was it a bad
specifically.
experience?
No, it wasn't bad. The girl was not a whore, and it didn't. Whatever. I just didn't like it. I was like, "What the fuck am I doing? This is stupid."
It's been 11 years.
Yo,
She got
Bills.
lucky.
I can imagine like, yo, where is it? Where's the clip? I'm doing shit.
Yeah, I was like,
You
what
said
the fuck is
something
this?
though. I feel like we shouldn't go past that.
Yeah, sure.
You said something about you don't feel like women pleasure matters. What are
No.
you?
Okay, let me clarify what I
Please.
mean. by this. I don't think a woman's sexual pleasure is more important than the man's. The man's is the predominant interest. That's what's more important.
So you believe they're on the same level, or you feel like the man? Oh, well, you just said it. Man is more
The
important.
man being sexually pleased is far more important than the woman being sexually
about
pleased. And I'll explain what I mean by that.
Okay.
So, okay, do you think that a woman should work electively?
What?
Okay,
To choose.
I'm of the belief that a man should work mandatorily. That means he always works.
Yes.
And I think a woman should work only if she wants to. I think a man should handle the predominant bills. I think he should pay the rent, mortgage, whatever the
So
fuck
the
it is.
traditional way of thinking.
Yes.
Okay.
He is the head of the
I
household
agree.
and he pays for everything. Do all of you agree with that?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I got a question.
Okay, let me do this. Or is it a follow-up
I
to like
kind of
this?
want him to.
No,
but go
I
ahead.
was gonna say, how do your girl get her nut?
Okay, I'll answer that here in a second.
She gets it up.
So you all agree that it's the man's job to provide.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
mandatory.
Yeah.
Would you guys agree with me that the woman's job is to work from an elective standpoint? She
Yeah,
doesn't have to, but she can if
absolutely.
she wants to.
I agree.
I
Yeah.
agree.
She
I
does
agree.
what she's supposed to.
Fantastic. That's how I feel about men and sex and women.
I feel like it's
So
a
hold on, whoa, hold on. My job is to pay the bills, take care of you, and protect you. That's my duty. Your duty as a woman is to please me sexually when I want it.
Oh.
That's your job as a female. Because let's be honest here, a lot of you guys mentioned that
Misogyny.
you're in the beauty industry, hair, nails, etc. Almost half of you guys are involved in some degree, or you're involved in the sex industry, right? Whether it's OnlyFans, whatever. What does that tell you about females?
I
The
see
fact
what
that you
you're
guys
saying.
are either
I
doing
see.
beauty, or you're doing something with sex work. What does that tell you?
So I have a question.
It
though.
all
on,
still
hold on,
relies
hold on,
on a
hold on,
man.
hold on.
Damn.
Answer is
No,
It
because he's
still
making a
relies
great
on a
point.
man.
You are
Yeah.
making a great point, but I do want
What I mean by this is that this a woman's primary agency is her sexuality. It's not her career. It's not how much money she makes. You guys all know that you'd rather be poor and pretty versus rich and ugly. Every single one of y'all would rather be poor and pretty versus rich and ugly.
Well, if
Rich
you're
and
rich and ugly, you can
I'd
pay
rather
to
be
be
rich
pretty,
and
so
ugly,
not
'cause
really.
money
Well,
can
then
pay
if you're
for
gonna
anything.
be rich and ugly, you're gonna have to go to school and get education and work really hard. But if you're poor and pretty,
No, there's
you can get
plenty
a
of
guy to
it.
invest in you or make money or get on OnlyFans or something like that. You can use your
I feel
beauty
like
to your
both
advantage
can get to
and
the
become
end
rich.
goal. Yeah, both
There's
can
a
get
niche
to
They
the
can both get to the end
But we're
goal.
also
Yeah.
kind of.
But the rich and ugly is gonna have a way harder time finding a man. That's the
Nah.
point.
They could
I
be. They
totally
could pay.
disagree.
They could pay to
Disagree
be
I
with
pretty.
totally disagree because you can pay for that. That's
Yeah.
that's why you
If
got
you don't
more
like your
money.
lips, you could go get your lips done.
Anybody
Men
that was
love
ugly
ugly
and
women.
rich.
Okay, you know
is
what?
now
Raise of
probably
hands.
good
How many
looking.
of you would rather be rich and ugly than poor and pretty?
Think about this.
Y'all really be for you four would really rather be.
Because I
Correct.
could just
'Cause
buy.
I
You
can
could pay
pay to
for
change
stuff.
it.
I can make
I
up.
think
If
the
I was
new
poor, why
age
would I
of
be with
modern
you?
beauty,
Right.
you can pay for things to enhance your
Exactly.
beauty. So by what you're saying is because of the new technology, they can actually pay for their beauty.
Think about
It's
this.
like you can BBL, lipo.
Listen, even
That's,
with
that's not,
men,
that's not the point. Is the whole point I was trying to make? I was just a sidebar.
Yeah.
The main point I'm trying to make is that a woman's beauty is her primary agency. That's the main point I'm trying to give here. A man's ability to provide and protect is his main agency. So since your job is to provide sexual access to your man, it's your job to provide that, and then it's his job to provide you security. So you work electively, I give you a nut electively. Fair?
No.
Hold on. I have a
makes
very
Can
good
I
question.
just add add to his point here?
Think about
Obviously,
this.
his girl's taken care of, right? That's
Right,
that's
financially.
done in that way. She has to work. She's taken care of. So by his standards, he gonna put in no more work. But me, you better nut 10 times, nigga. 10 times,
Look,
nigga.
look,
I'm just saying.
Look,
I'm just saying.
Look. Here's the other thing too. What I've noticed, controversial take, because you mentioned the whole thing. What about she nuts or whatever? What I've noticed is the only girls that take a lot to nut are sluts. Just if I'm just gonna be all the way honest, girls that don't get fucked a lot or aren't whores typically get off with just some penetration and some foreplay because you're so attracted to them and they like you so much in the first place. You ain't got to do too much to make them nut. It's the hoes that need all this extra shit. So, not calling anybody here a whore. But what I'm saying is that's what I've come to realize from my experience is that if you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're the provider, you're the protector, you're attractive, you go to the gym, you take care of yourself, you put the mission first, you got your masculinity on point, she's going to nut just from you putting your dick inside her because you've already turned her on mentally. Think about it. Why do women read not romance novels, but men watch porn? Have you ever thought about that?
I know.
Men don't read romance novels. Women do. Why do women read romance novels? It's because they get turned on by the image in their head. They get turned on by imagination. That's the woman's number one thing. So for men, we get turned on by visually. That's why men are addicted to porn. Women love romance novels, right? So with that said, if you're doing what you're supposed to do as a man, the girl's gonna be aroused by you and attracted to you just by you being there, and you ain't got to do all this extra shit. So I'm not saying don't let your girl nut. Obviously, I'm being a little facetious with that. But what I am saying is that it's not your primary thing. You should obviously, if it's your main girl, you should care about it. But it's her job to make sure you nut. It's not your job to make sure she nuts.
I still don't agree, but I
fine.
get where you're coming from.
That's fine.
Listen,
Yes.
satisfy your girl in all endeavors.
Yeah.
It should be mutual.
If you don't do it,
It should
someone
be
else will.
mutual.
Yeah, it should
I'm
be
just saying
mutual.
it's not your duty like it's her duty. If
So
I
if you
can't
do
nut,
it, it's a plus, but if you don't do it, it doesn't matter.
it don't matter because I'm taking care of the other stuff. But if you don't make me nut, you're a failure as a female.
Wow.
Oh.
Ew.
You guys
Yeah,
don't- you
I
guys don't
don't
agree?
agree at
Really?
all.
Oh,
I
so
feel like it should be
Right.
where the finance is concerned. I get it. If you're going to and it just based on your situation, because there's a lot of females that they don't believe in the whole financial thing. It's like whoever making whatever, we come together as a team, correct? And then it's another situation where we're sticking to the traditional way, like men take care of the house, female she just do the nurturing. She does the housework, take care of the kids. If that's the situation and how you have it, where you was like, your main goal is to make sure you pleases me. I don't have to please you.
Let me explain kind of why I'm saying this whole thing. You're a failure as a female if you don't, because the reason why, right? Let's say I don't make you nut, right? As a guy, right? Let's say I'm not capable of doing it. Men are able to add value in other ways. They're able to
Correct.
provide, protect, give you that masculine energy, etc. As a woman, though, if you're not able to provide your sexual duties, you're effectively useless to your man. Let's just be honest. Every single one of y'all have been with a dude before, and you couldn't make him nut, and it probably burns you inside. Let's be honest.
really.
I have a very important question.
Every single
though.
one of y'all has had sex with a guy before and you didn't know and you were like, what the fuck? And you got pissed
Right.
off. Because women know deep down
Not really.
that is their job.
No.
You said, not really?
I mean, I
What
just
do you mean not really?
Hold on.
No.
I did good.
Hold on.
I'll raise my
What
hand
do you mean
this
by not
time.
really
I
specifically?
could care less if a man nuts or not.
God damn.
care.
You're trying to get
time
rid of
I
it.
What
care.
I feel like when they be on
Because
drugs.
he's getting me, like, we're hooking up. Like, that's enough. Like, if you don't nut, that's your
Well,
problem.
I mean, I have a question
You
though.
felt that way about your man?
well, he nutted every time, of course, because that's my man.
So did you feel this way with like random guys or something?
Yeah.
I
Could
just
care
have,
less.
I have a question though. All right.
Well, most women have an issue with it if it's with a guy that they actually like
They
and
really
respect.
like. Yeah.
so this is
If
my
it's like a
thing.
random hookup, then I don't know what
This
to
is
say.
my thing, yeah. When at least I don't know about you guys, but like as a girl, the first time you have sex, I didn't lose my virginity until well into college, right? I didn't know what a blowjob entailed.
Stop the
Like-
cap.
I mean, do you want me to say I did? Like, what do you want me to? You know,
Okay.
but I didn't know. So, like, when it comes down to making a man ejaculate, although there is that attractive layer, if you don't know what you're doing and you're a novice, how do you interpret that? And also, too, to go back to your preliminary point about your girlfriend in the bedroom, do you believe in toys in the bedroom?
No.
No.
So no head, no
Good
toys.
man.
I mean,
No.
I personally don't
That's
partake in it,
crazy.
but I wouldn't like get mad at a girl if she was using it. I just don't think it's like it's a good look.
That's crazy. No head, no toys is crazy.
Because they get jealous of the toys. They don't want that.
You know, let her vibe.
It's not that I'm jealous
Not
about it.
jealous.
It's that I
you
just
can do better.
I just
you were
know. Well, I
saying.
don't think girls should use toys anyway, to be honest with you, because I've noticed, it desensitizes them to like real sex. It's kind of like dudes in porn.
It just takes
Oh, okay,
it
I see what
away.
you're saying.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that makes sense.
Yeah, and
I see
then
what
they
you're
have an issue because they fucking use a jackhammer on their vagina and then they can't. You know what I'm saying? Fucks everything up.
What are
So-
cock rings okay?
You don't need it.
What is that?
You've never had a cock
It's a
ring?
ring that keeps
It's when your dick
hard.
doesn't
You
work.
might like it.
When your dick doesn't
So-
I
work.
like that.
So
you
you
gotta
need
seize
it
an
in the
opportunity
bed.
to
Miss
freak
Seize an
something.
opportunity.
But no,
It's
for you
usually
to
made
say
of,
that
like,
we shouldn't jack
silicone.
off, that's like I
Vibrates.
mean not jack off, use the vibrator. That's like us saying y'all shouldn't jack off.
We shouldn't.
Do you even do like? Are you
They
into
do
that?
say that, Temperance.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think guys should watch porn, to be honest with you.
What? Good
So
for
wait, do you not watch or anything? Like, this is actually a new take. I'm really intrigued.
No, we've been talking about it before. I make my own porn, but I don't.
Yeah,
I
we
don't, I don't-
make our own.
Yeah, but yeah.
But I will say there's one time for a guy when it does help you in a situation. This is a secular view, not Christian view at all.
Oh.
But let's say you're a guy in the secular world. You go on the first date. She's hot. She's attractive. You don't want to mess up on a date. You know what you do before the actual date?
Rub it
You
out.
jack
Rub
off.
it out. Get that post-nut clarity. And go into that date, relax and chill.
Right.
Because if you get nervous, it's like, you feel me?
Exactly.
So you gotta go into it like chill.
How come girls don't get post-nut clarity?
I do.
We do.
Yeah.
We definitely do.
I do.
do.
All
Hold
the
on,
time.
I've never had that. So talk to me. What is it like for you guys?
Because well,
It
hold on.
depends on the
because they don't like the guy
situation.
though. Because they
Yeah.
don't like the guy and they not okay. I'm done with this guy.
oh.
But that means she's so far gone down the path of like being a whore. Hey, it don't matter no more.
So is
not
post-nut
really.
clarity
But
for
if she
women?
likes the
Not
guy,
really.
then that's not a real thing.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you're saying post-nut clarity for women means you never liked him?
Not really. It's just like sex and that was it.
Oh.
Yeah, and I don't think girls get it as because men are willing to have sex with people they don't like. Does that make sense? Versus girls really aren't. That's why,
Agreed.
like, for you when you said that, I was like, you fucked a bunch of niggas you don't like.
No,
I guess.
No, definitely not. I just feel like men don't know how to get women off, and like the inside of a vagina doesn't really have a lot of sensitivity. It's not like to me, it's not pleasurable to just be penetrated.
Yeah, you gotta do certain things to
You
make
gotta-
that thing tickle.
Yeah,
feel me?
you gotta.
Yeah, no, I understand, but
You gotta at least talk to me.
Hey, be
Yeah, and a lot of people don't do
yeah,
that.
see, that's what I mean when I say like
you-
girls get aroused by what you do outside of the. See, she just proved my point. Like girls get more aroused by what you do outside of
Who
the
you
bedroom
didn't-
and who you are, etc. Versus
Facts.
like what you're actually doing. So I look at it like, why the fuck am I gonna eat box like a loser when it's like I don't need to do that.
Right.
Like I need to make sure I'm in the gym and taking care of myself and making sure my teeth are white and clean and straight and
You see
know
his other
staying
friend.
on
Yeah,
point. Like
so-
you
But
do.
that's
I think
another reason.
men genuinely half the battle is doing the work outside of the bedroom and then meeting the girl and then she either likes you or she doesn't.
Yeah, I think if it's your girl, you should eat her box though.
Yeah, I was gonna say you think
Because that's your girl, that's your like wifey, that's your like queen, so to speak. So that's your girl, and she needs to be pleasured certain ways. Nigga, why not do it? But then again, that's my point of view.
Yeah, I wouldn't do
Wait,
it.
so you think
We still need
you think
post-nut
guys
clarity,
that eat
though.
box are losers?
I feel like a loser, so I don't do it.
No, they're freaky. Freaky.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
So-
a fan.
I feel like everybody, I'm sorry to cut y'all off. I feel like what
Sure.
people need to understand is that people aren't having sex conversations. Like, you need to know what works for you. Like, you know, a lot of people they like head. Some people don't like head. Some people don't even know if they like head, but it's the trending. Some people like their ass head. Some people don't like their ass head. You just gotta, and then a lot of guys, what I realize is they don't try to find out about your body. They don't try to see what works for you. A lot of females too, they're having sex, they've never came, they're never squirted. It's just like they're just doing it
To do
for
it.
I agree.
the guy's
and
the guy's
disagree with
pleasure.
you to a certain point.
Why do you disagree?
I disagree with you because one, some men want to have that conversation, but at the same time, it's too early, or it's not the right time in the
So
place.
when do you think it's an appropriate time to have this conversation?
Once you guys get more acquainted, because I've met somebody online recently, and he was asking me a million questions.
Yeah, I
What you
can't be
like?
bothered with
what,
that.
What you like? So what, you like your ass ate? You like your pussy ate from the back? Shit like
Yeah,
that. And
no,
I'm
I
like,
feel like it should flow.
you're right. Given
No, but it comes up over a period of time.
exactly, I
Naturally.
feel like it's
You
a
don't gotta force
time.
it.
It's a time and a place.
Yeah.
But for you to just have met me. And to be so inquisitive to that level, he wasn't being disrespectful or anything like that. But for you to ask me these questions so early,
You don't
and-
even like him. I think that's what it is. Because if you like somebody, like you don't even know if you like him though, because it's new, it's fresh.
I would
It's
would
fresh.
say it's
Yeah.
It's new.
all I can say is a time. It's a time
me.
and a place because of the fact that one, I might have liked you, but given these conversations, we might not make it there yet. You
Yeah,
get what
too
I'm saying?
early.
I don't. There is no. We have to have that. Just going back to his point, it has to be a physical chemistry for me to know I like you.
Correct.
You get what
I
I'm
think
saying?
understand.
I think one of the highest demonstrations of higher value to a female is to just not give a fuck and don't care what she thinks. And again, I know it's fucked up or whatever, but women like men
Misogyny.
that are better than them. That's just how it is. Women want a man who's superior to them. So if I'm superior to, why the fuck should I care what you want or what you think?
Think about
That's,
this.
women are aroused and
Seriously.
attracted by men with that that show indifference. That's a very attractive
see what
trait to
you're
women.
saying. I see
The
what you're
reason why you were kind of turned off is because he cared too much. Let's be honest here. When men care too much, you start to lose attraction. It's just how it is. Like, women are not aroused by men that care that much because it's a demonstration of lower value. If you're an attractive guy and you're on your purpose and you're good looking and other women want you, why the fuck would you care what one has to say?
I think you should care.
I would disagree because
Oh my
here's the
God.
kicker, right?
Yeah.
We never physically met.
Oh,
That's even worse.
wow,
That's
yeah.
even
We
worse.
never physically met.
I'm
so
ghosting. I'm
it's
ghosting.
okay for us to have the conversations because I'm all about respect. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, as a man, they're gonna give you this, and it's either you take it or you leave it. Yeah, I
was
want
just
to.
asking
I
too
might want to
early.
bust that thing open, but it's up to you. It's up to you to respect that and keep talking to him, or you could hit the road.
I agree. It should be like a
Yeah,
flow. Like
but-
at
Yeah, you
least
get what I'm
have
saying?
But
yeah.
see, hold on. You see, this is the problem. He's taking an L on that because he just gave you a bunch of free attention for no reason.
because of his purpose of wanting sex.
Like, I don't think men should even talk to girls if it's not going to lead to a date or something sexual. I genuinely believe that women will sit there and suck your attention if you let them. They'll sit there and talk to you because here's the thing with y'all. How many of you guys have been on a date with a man you ain't like that, but you thought maybe free dinner, cool experience,
I'm not even gonna
etc.
lie.
haven't.
Every single one of y'all's
I
probably
haven't.
been on a date with a guy that you ain't like that much, but you said fuck it. Now let's ask the dudes. How many of us have been on a date with a girl that we don't like? Nope. Exactly. When men go out on dates, because we know that we got to foot the bill and everything else like that, we only go out with chicks if we're attracted to them. Women, on the other hand, will go out with men that they're not attracted to.
Not really.
So-
I can't do it.
I don't.
I can't.
No,
do it.
I agree a lot.
I
with
can't
her.
see
So,
myself.
like,
Me,
Okay.
I can't be myself.
Just because you won't do it doesn't mean
Doesn't mean
a
that they
staggering
won't.
majority of
Yeah,
women
okay,
still
women
won't do
do
it.
it, but that
There's,
doesn't mean
I would
everyone.
argue that 80 to 90% of women have probably been on a date with a man that they
Yeah.
don't like that much for some type of purpose that could come. Because like I said before, men have to provide value. So I think as a man, you shouldn't even entertain a chick unless she's actually interested in you, because a lot of girls will just use you for free attention or dinners or whatever else you provide.
I understand where you're coming from, where you're now challenging the idea of men and women having platonic relationships. Because at this point,
Absolutely, they can't.
Yeah.
no,
they can't.
I understand where you're coming from. That's why I said, like, I hear what you're saying. I think there's just another way to say it. You're basically saying that the relationship between men and women, if not sexual, shouldn't even be crossed. Because at some point,
Yes.
men are going to want to cross that point.
Yes.
I do see what you're saying. It's just a different
And the
way
reason
to
why I say that
it,
is
you know?
because women are effectively useless if you're not having sex with them.
But no, that's because of how men view you, because of their biological makeup. I understand. Your purpose is to procreate. You see women as something you are supposed to do. I see what you're saying. But where I differ is this. Like I said, we had that previous discussion on post-nut clarity. I've never felt that with a man. But then again, maybe that's just because maybe with my sexual
That
experiences.
means you liked all the guys that you were with.
Yeah, that's simple.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to not do that. You know what I mean? For me personally,
question.
yeah.
All right, we got you.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
No, because y'all chill with a female before that y'all wasn't really attracted to, but y'all wanted to sleep with her, so y'all was like, all right, I'm going to just take her to the movie so I can smash her at the end of the night. Y'all did that before.
No.
But he had to be attracted
No,
to her in
but
some way.
from the very beginning, like, she knew what time it was.
Oh.
Like it wasn't like, okay, let's go. Hopefully this
Wait,
happens.
wait,
like,
wait. First,
nah.
what does that mean? What time is it? How do we know what time it
That
is?
y'all just want to
As in,
smash.
we're vibing, we FaceTime, the energy's there, the vibe is there, like, we good.
So
Wait.
you
I'll let
fake
you know
kicking
if you
it.
wanna
You
come.
fake
I'm a
kicking
little
No,
it.
it's real.
confused by your comment with the. What are you trying to insinuate with the movie thing?
No,
He's saying that you guys
she
also do
said
something
we went on a
similar.
date, maybe not know what we want to do.
No. I'm saying is, I feel like y'all didn't gave a female y'all time because y'all only want to smash. Y'all was just horny. It was like, I want to smash her. Let me just talk to her for a little bit.
Precisely.
Yeah. that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
So that means that men and women can't really be friends. Is what I'm trying to say.
So, do you think that maybe only the only
That proved my point.
no,
Just
but
put the
maybe
point.
the only reason why men and women can be friends is if there's not that layer of men liking women, like gay men and women being best or like sisters.
that's
and stuff.
obvious.
I have a
But
male
that's what I'm
best
saying.
friend,
That's
so-
that's still a
Alright,
man.
that's
You know what I mean?
Okay, TTS,
That's
TTS.
that's an exception to all
Dark
I
rules.
think
Shadow
that's exactly
65
how
tips
I like it.
Clarity, though. I need you to
Dark
touch on
Shadow
that.
65 ranted from Rumble and says ladies, I usually just ask a girl's come over and it works.
Oh.
Sometimes, however, I got more bodies the fingers and I'm 25 male. W fresh and fit.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that kind
Shout
of
to you,
proves
man.
what I was saying. I think when men are friends with women, they almost always have ulterior motives. Because, and the reason why is because I don't think women provide men much value in the
Right.
confinements of a platonic relationship. Because what can a woman really tell you as a man or advise you or help you really? Because I think men and women live completely different existences. I mean, are there situations where you're a doctor and she's a doctor and she might be able to help you? Sure, of course. There's some nuanced examples like that. But in general, I don't think men and women are alike enough where it makes sense to be platonic friends.
Yeah, because my
Revan
people told me they was like,
971
Another one,
tipped
hold on. I want them to
$50.
hear you.
Revan 971 ranted from Rumble and says attractive women are most of the time useless because they never had to be useful.
Oh my god.
Sorry, you're saying?
I see what he's
my
saying, I see
people
what he's
was
saying.
telling me like you don't got, cause my people was telling me like I don't got homeboys, cause I feel like some dudes is really my homeboys, but they like that's not your homeboy. He want to sleep with you. He just waiting on the right moment.
Yeah. I mean, if you called them right now and said I'm horny, they'd come over.
Yeah, but I really look at him as my real homeboy.
So that's also how you view
hold
him,
on.
yeah.
Let me ask you a question then. If that's the case, is he really your friend?
No.
I thought he was my his friend.
Think about it logically. Think about this.
No, he's
Is he
not
really
my friend. No, he's
Thank you.
faking it.
He faking
I
it.
think the only reason women are friends with men is because there's auxiliary benefits that come alongside it.
Very-
This I have to disagree with. This I have to disagree with, though.
Bro, you.
I'm not saying it's the
calm
only
down.
reason,
Let them
though.
talk too. What do you think about this?
About what?
Oh God.
Think about this.
Like men and
Men and women being friends. God damn, bro.
I have a lot of guy friends.
I feel like there's a very
There you
thin
go. She says she has a lot
line.
of guy friends.
I feel
Hold
like
on. Do you know what they want to do?
the streets.
Probably, I just ignore it.
So you're ignoring them, but it's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
Yeah.
to finish my point, I think the reason why women are okay with keeping male friends, even with them trying to sleep with them, is because men have to provide. Men understand that they have to provide value to be in any type of relationship. Right from the time you're a little boy, your dad tells you, "Don't be a brokey." Your mom tells you, "Go to school," etc. There's pressure on you from the time you're young, whether it's playing sports or whatever, that you need to provide value to society. So when a man's friends with a woman, he's like, okay, I could provide her this masculine energy. I could be a friend to her. I could be a shoulder to lean on. I could pay for a date here or there. I can give her that boyfriend energy. And even though I'm not getting sex back in return, like women are able to get value out of men.